I just got tagged by the Bodens to do, what's it called? Raising My Child tag. And let's see, they were tagged by Jen and Zoe, whose husband just ate a Slim Jim. It's hilarious. He said it smelled like bacon and dog food. I don't know that I've ever had a Slim Jim before. They just look too gross. Okay. Rest my arm here. Okay, so let's talk about kids. All right, question number 1. What types of play and learning activities does your child love at home? My kids love to draw and do crafts and play on their devices and play the piano and read and what else? They like to cook and stuff. Anyway, lots of good wholesome activities. We got a big box of games from our cousins for Christmas, so that was fun. I can't think of anything else right now, but what time do you put your kids to bed and get them up? Does it have to do with the time the sun rises and sets in your area? Well, when I was a kid, I had to go to bed at 8:30, so I figured that was good for my kids, so we try to start them getting ready at 8 o'clock. We need to start getting ready at like 7:30, because there's a lot of stuff to do before bedtime, you know, so we're usually finishing up homework, and just, it's a lot to do. So that's that, and then I get them up about 6:25. That's like the first time I wake them up, because it takes them a while to rally, because the bus comes about 7:25, and it takes them a good hour to get ready for school. Number 3, did you, sorry I can't read, I don't know what's wrong with me. Did you have your child or children in a public or private hospital, and were you happy with the services? I had my kids at the Memorial Hospital in town, and I mean, it's okay. I had to have C-section, so I mean, I wasn't really looking forward to a C-section at home, but I don't know. I mean, it's hard. It's always hard. You got the nurses checking on you at weird hours of the night, and John couldn't be around very much because, like, 3 of the 4 kids were born in the fall, so he was really busy farming. That was kind of poor planning, but, I mean, you take them when you get them sometimes, so. Anyway, I mean, it was okay. Sure, I mean, it would have been more fun to, like Keelan said, she had doulas, and they provide aftercare, and I thought, oh man, aftercare. But, I mean, my mother-in-law wanted to provide aftercare, but I don't know. I don't know, that's hard. Sometimes it'd be nice to have a professional just to come in and take care of you, because it's embarrassing, just your dirty house and the whole thing like that. Okay, so what else? 4, what are moms groups, play groups like in your area? Friendliness, cost, accessibility. I don't know, my kids get a lot of socialization at church and at school, and, you know, I used to get together with more moms more often when my kids were younger, but like now it seems like the moms with little kids are like in their early 20s, and I don't have a lot in common with them sometimes. That's how I feel, so I just don't worry about that too much. So I just do my own thing, and I watch a lot of YouTube and just kind of connect with mommies that way. So anyway, number 5, is the cost of living a factor on how many kids you and your partner want to have? Not really. I mean, kids can be expensive, but I think we would have had more if we could have had more. I don't know, but I would have gone crazy, so, and you can only have so many C-sections, or at least I could. So, you know, not really cost of living. I mean, it's sure it's going to be expensive to send them to college, but they're going to pay for like half of it themselves at least, and hopefully get, you know, scholarships and stuff, because I have pretty smart kids. So that's that. But and you know, putting them in lessons and stuff, that's kind of expensive, but they only really do like one thing each, maybe like dance and some sports and stuff, and I teach them piano lessons. So okay, yeah, so I don't know, I think we would have had more if we could have had more, and I don't know that we will get any more like through adoption or anything, but because I'm kind of at my limit. This is kind of all I can do. So anyway, that's that. What are council parks, play areas like where you live? Clean, fun, safe. There are some pretty nice parks in town. We have a couple little parks out here in the boonies. We don't go to them very often. You know, the toys are kind of sparse a little bit. I don't know, they're trying to spruce some stuff up in the little incorporated city close to where we live, but anyway, I find in the summertime, if we're going to town and we have a lot of shopping to do, it's nice to maybe like go to one stop and then go to a park and then go to another stop. One day I think we went to 3 or 4 parks in town, so that was kind of fun with the kids and I. Oh, my arm's getting tired. You guys are gonna have to see my mess over here. That's my thrift store clothes I'm gonna take to donate. Okay, is it easy to find childcare or babysitting in your area? I don't know. I don't really deal with that. My oldest is 15, so she kind of, and Carter's 12, so they kind of watch the kids now. My mother-in-law is close, and she's really good to watch the kids. I hate to take advantage of her too much, but she's always saying, oh, don't worry about it, it's great, but I don't really want to, I don't know, she's got stuff to do. She already raised her kids, she doesn't want to raise mine, so anyway, so we really haven't used a lot of babysitters, but, you know, I know there are, like, young girls in town that we know, and we know their families, and we know they're, anyway, so we trust them, so we could use them, but we really haven't used a lot of babysitters. And there's a little bit of daycare out here, not a lot. There's only a couple of in-home daycares. So, luckily, I am the in-home daycare for my kids. What is the average cost of childcare prior to school age? I don't know. I don't know about that. When baby gets a little bit older, when he's about, I was trying to do the math the other day and trying to figure out, if he goes to 1 year of preschool, I think he'll be 5 when I send him, because his birthday's in August and it'll start in September. So, yeah, they've started charging a little bit for the kids who are not special needs, for the kids who are just average. So I think it's like $12 a month, just for supplies and stuff, which is fine. I don't mind paying for that. My daughters went to preschool, and they had to have speech therapy, and that was a really good thing for them, and I really liked that. So kindergarten's free, preschool is mostly free, except for this little fee that they're going to charge, which I think is fine, and some moms complain about it, but sorry, whatever. You know, it could be worse. And CJ did not go to public preschool. He went to like a private preschool. And Rennie did too. We traded for that, though. We traded piano lessons for preschool. Seems like 100,000 years ago. I'm so old. Will you send your kids to a public or private school, and why? I will send them to our public school. I have a lot of faith in this school, and I feel like the more that I'm involved there, then the better education they'll have. And so I kind of try to keep an eye on things really closely. And I think when baby gets into school, I will probably start substituting down there. I don't know. I know that they're losing their 6th grade teacher, and I forgot to even talk to him about that. I feel bad. Carter's teacher, his daughter's had some really severe health problems. I believe she's in a coma. And he is going to quit teaching in March, and so they have to find a new teacher for his spot. And there are just a lack of qualified people to teach out here, so it makes me wonder if I should go back to school and become a teacher, or if I should just stay home and watch YouTube all day, which is way more fun. I don't know. I think I'd really like teaching, actually, high school. The only problem is, like, all the politics and crap that goes with it, but I don't know. I'm a rule follower. I can play by the rules. I can play the game. Whatever, we'll see. I don't know I don't know if John's going to need me to help farm more or what. This is turning out into a really long tag. What is the best part about being a mom in the area you live in? I think it's nice because, like, a lot of moms are watching out for the other kids. Like, here's a naughty example. When Rennie was little, there was this little boy in her class, and they were talking about things. They were, like, 1st graders, so, like, 6 years old. And he said, you know what flirting is? And she said no, and he said, well, it's when you're taking your clothes off in front of a boy. And so she came home and asked me about flirting, and, I told her what I thought. And she's like, oh, well, because this boy said this. And I said, oh my gosh, where's the phone? So I instantly get on the phone with his mom, and I'm like, this is what your kid told my kid. And she's like, okay, I'll have his dad talk to him as soon as he gets home. Anyway, so, we kind of watch out for each other's kids, and if we see something that we think needs addressed, then we kind of go to each other and hopefully can kind of nip these little problems in the bud. So there isn't a lot of flirting going on in the 1st grade. That's our hope. Anyway, that's the end of the tag. I'm not going to tag anyone, but if you'd like to do it, go for it. And if you do this video, please let me know so I can watch it. Anyway, thanks Kayleen, and thanks Jen and Zoe, and thanks you guys for watching this big old long sucker. Talk to you later. Bye.